What's up, CP Nation? Today we got Vanessa with us, and we're going to discuss how she went from slim to slim thick. Let's get into it. Now I hear a lot of women say it's not possible to build that dream physique, but Vanessa's going to talk about her struggles and what she did to get her body right, the natural way, no BBLs. An amazing body.
I think I can tell the girls how I transform my body.
Got it! Hey man, you got it. I ain't even gonna argue with you. You got it.
I remember the days when I had a flat butt and I was sitting at 105 pounds, but now I transform my glutes, and today I'm going to give you guys 7 tips on how to transform your glutes as well.
Let's get straight into it.
All right, before we go into the weight room, we got to talk about your nutrition. And one of the major things that was killing my gains was not consuming enough protein. You want to make sure that you have at least 1 gram of protein per lean body fat.
I noticed for some reason a lot of girls struggle to consume protein. How was it? Was it hard for you when you had the flat back? Was it hard for you to consume it?
Hush up, boy, as my mother would say.
Was it hard? Were you not consuming enough protein? Or?
No, I wasn't. I was really eating very poorly, and I noticed that I was not making any gains. I was going to the gym and I was spending hours in the gym, but I wasn't seeing any change. And then as soon as I started eating properly and eating more protein, it's like
poof, it just grew. It just
magic.
It just magic. Yes, guys, and you want to make sure that you're consuming 40 to 50% of carbs from your diet. So many people think that they have to cut out your carbs, but you actually need your carbs for energy. That's going to allow you to lift heavier weights. And you want to make sure that you're consuming 20 to 30% of your macronutrients from your fats. That's going to allow you to store your energy and help with your hormone levels and keep everything nice and balanced. What setbacks did you have with your diet?
It was more convenient to just eat out and get fast food and just, get something that's not really healthy.
So a lot of people don't realize that when you go out and you eat at these fast food restaurants like Chipotle, I know so many people, they don't eat all day and then they'll go have a Chipotle bowl. They're like, oh, well, hopefully I hit my macros. And what you guys don't realize is you're loading up on your carbs and your fats and you're not consuming the most important macronutrient, which is protein. And that's what you need to build your muscle. So I know Vanessa always takes whey protein, and the best whey protein out there is Legion whey protein supplements. That's the powder. And then also we got the cookie dough protein bars and the blueberry muffins. These are the best. Vanessa, have you ever had the Legion protein bars?
I've never had the Legion protein bars.
All right, so look, I'll even look out for her. This is the cookie dough flavor. This is my personal favorite. And then we got the blueberry muffins. So she's gonna tap in with the blueberry muffin one. What do you? So we gonna see what she talks. What do you think about it? Let me know. Is it mid? What's up?
No, this is good, guys.
Good. Listen, guys, we're in Washington, D.C. It's currently snowing, and V she almost didn't pull up to the gym. She's like, I don't know, it's a little bit cold outside. I don't know if I can make it. So if you guys been neglecting the weights like how V been neglecting me, then we got a serious problem.
I may have neglected him a little bit, but on a serious note, guys, you want to make sure that when you're doing your exercises every week, you want to do progressive overload, meaning you're going to go up in weight each and every week that you do that certain exercise. That way, you're going to grow your glutes in a way that you've never seen before.
Yes, guys, for the little booties out there.
You're so mean.
Listen, for all the little butts out there, okay, you guys need to get a journal and track your numbers each and every week. Try to increase weight 5 pounds at a time. Vanessa was there, she can relate, and it was a struggle, but she kept pushing herself. When you first started working out, were you kind of scared to load up the weight on the bar, and how much of a difference did you notice when she started lifting a little bit heavier?
Yeah, it was more like I was just doubting myself constantly that, I can't do that weight. That weight's too much. And then when I would do that weight, I would realize, wait a second, I think I could do more than what I just did. So it's just about kind of getting out of your head and just kind of believing in yourself. And if you can't do it, that's okay. Bring it down maybe 5 pounds, but just always try and do the weight.
Yeah, and stop thinking that doing squats on a Stairmaster is going to make your butt bigger.
We're going to get him out of here. He wasn't never amounting to shit anyway. He couldn't do nothing for our labor.
Guys, you can't be doing cardio thinking that's gonna make your butt bigger. You have to really make sure you're lifting the weights and lifting heavy. And every week, either you're increasing the weight or you're increasing the sets and the reps. So if you're doing 3 sets of 10, maybe the next week try to do 4 sets of 10, or increase the reps. Instead of doing 10 reps, do 12 reps. Just always constantly repping it up. Because the most important thing is you want to make sure you're taking your sets to failure. Honestly, ladies, stop having fat friends that are encouraging you guys to eat all that food, okay? You guys are killing your gains over the weekend where you're eating ice cream and cookies and hitting those brunch spots. Right, Vanessa?
Yes.
Do you have any friends who always try to get you to come out all the time?
No, because they know better. They know how You know, you just want to be mindful of what you're eating. I see that a lot on the weekends when it comes to drinking. Their alcohol consumption is through the roof, and no hate against, you know, drinking on the weekends. That's perfectly fine, as long as there's a certain balance between that.
How much do you drink?
I actually don't drink anymore. I'm completely sober as of 6 months ago. So it was a challenge to myself to go 6 months sober, and I'm actually going to be extending that for the full year. All right, guys, so when you come into the gym, you want to make sure that you're doing at least 5 to 6 exercises in your workout, and that should take you at least 15 minutes.
Yeah, guys. So quick and easy. You don't have to be in the gym for 3 hours. It should, 45 minutes to an hour. Boom. Hit those 5 to 6 exercises. And also, for each exercise, you want to make sure you're doing 3 to 5 sets. And typically for me, I like to shoot between 10 to 12 reps of failure. And sometimes I like to switch it up, and I'll go just 5 heavy reps, which is as heavy as I can go, just to really challenge myself and lift those heavy weights. So yes, guys. But no matter whether you're doing 5 reps or you're doing 12 reps, you want to make sure you're taking everything to failure. You should not be perfectly fine and right after you finish doing a set. After you finish doing a set, you should be fatigued, and you should need at least a minute of recovery time before your next set. Listen, you really want to make sure you pre-exhaust your muscles, especially for people who are really intimidated to lift weights. I do this with my clients all the time. If you're scared to really load the bar, I always will have them start off doing like some donkey kicks or some squats, squat pulses, whatever it takes, just to really warm the muscles up, so that way they don't have to lift heavy. And for those of you guys who are really trying to maximize your glute growth, it's really important to just pre-exhaust the muscles, so then by the time you go to your compound lifts, you're already kind of fatigued to equate to a greater pump. Doing things such as hip thrusts or sumo squats. What's actually your favorite glute exercise to grow your glutes?
My favorite would be barbell RDLs.
Yes, guys, so that's very key, doing different compound lifts, because everyone always thinks that you just want to do a bunch of hip thrusts, but there are other exercises to really grow those glutes. So RDL is a great exercise to really grow your glutes, and those ones really always get me fired up. And the thing about RDLs, you actually may not always feel them in your glutes and your hamstrings, and that's why you really want to make sure you're targeting, pushing through the hip. You'll see an improvement, and there are a lot of studies that show that you can have a great amount of glute growth by doing RDLs. So you really want to make sure that you tap in and just do different movements. Step 6, guys, very, very important that you have a food scale. That was what really changed my fitness journey. By me having a food scale, I was able to really make sure I was hitting my macros each and every single day. I highly recommend tracking in with that. I use that to weigh my salmon, my chicken breasts, steak, anything you could think of. The link to that is in the description below, so make sure you guys click that link. It's in my Amazon storefront, and it's really affordable, guys. So highly recommend grabbing that. When I started using a food scale, that's when I was able to really track how much protein I was consuming, and that would allow me to really have a great amount of muscle development. If you guys really want to get those results, I highly recommend purchasing a food scale. The link to that is in the Amazon storefront. But also, everyone doesn't have to use a food scale. I know Vanessa doesn't use a food scale. She just eyeballs it. I can't eyeball it, but break it down for them. How do you go about tracking it to make sure you're getting your macros?
So when it comes to tracking my protein, I would just check the nutrient facts on the packages and just see the serving sizes. And normally it will tell you on there, especially if you're taking whey protein, typically it's 24 grams of protein per serving scoop. And then same thing with the protein bars. Normally it's around 20 grams of protein per protein bar. So you would just keep adding them up throughout the day, everything that you're consuming, and then just try and reach your protein goal for the day. Yes,
guys. Vanessa, how much protein do you consume a day?
I consume about 130 grams of protein.
Okay, that's cool. Cool. Do you have a hard time consuming that?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes when
really? So much. I don't know.
Sometimes when you don't prepare and for the week, it's easier to not reach your protein count, and it's easier to just find other sources of food that are not very healthy.
Like also McDonald's.
So like Chipotle.
Okay. There we go. Now we get
the truth reveals itself.
So how important meal prepping? So you believe in meal prep? Is that something that's important to you?
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, meal prep is very important, because I'm not gonna lie. If I don't meal prep, then I'm bound to eat whatever's in sight. So I highly recommend ensuring that you are meal prepping and getting your protein in, and also using a food scale to help you get right and track your food, so that way you can be accurate every single time. And that's step 6. What time do you go to bed? I already knew.
I would say like 11:30 earliest.
And what time are you waking up?
Like 7.
Oh, okay, so you get your sleep.
Yeah, I say I get my sleep. It's better now than it was before because I used to not get any sleep. I would go to sleep at like 3 in the morning, wake up at 6. It was awful. Yeah.
So listen, guys, it is very, very important that you make sure you get your sleep, guys. You are not going to build muscle if you're not sleeping. And I'm talking to myself as well. I do a terrible job at getting sleep. I have to do a much better job. I'm always up. I'm always, running around, doing different things, trying to keep giving you guys the content, to be honest. I'm up doing content-related stuff, okay?
All right, don't blame the people for your poor sleeping. I got you guys.
For you guys, this is why I have been able to build an even better physique. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, sleep is super important. That's when you recover. That's when you build your muscle. There are several studies that have shown that individuals who are not sleeping aren't gaining enough muscle, and also they're not getting rid of fat. You need sleep to really help get rid of your fat. A lot of people think that you build your muscles in the gym. No, you actually tear your muscles in the gym. So when you go to sleep, that's when you build your muscles back up. So I can't stress to you enough how important it is to make sure you're getting at least, I'll say 7 hours of sleep. Some people say 8 to 9. That's just crazy to me. So I'm not gonna even encourage that, but at least getting at least 7 hours of sleep. So I highly recommend make sure you're getting your sleep and you'll be golden.
Okay guys, so those are the 7 tips to grow your glutes.
Yes, guys. I had homegirl Vanessa with us today. She transformed her body, so we were gonna give you those gems. Make sure you guys really tap in. Number one thing, really, before you even get to the gym, make sure you guys load up on your protein. Hit the link in the description below. Use the code word CHIEF and really check out the whey protein, the protein bars, and also creatine. Creatine was a great tool that I use to provide extra energy to my cells to allow me to lift heavier weights. They have a gummy version. I know how y'all love the sweets and the candies, so definitely want to check out the creatine gummies to really help load up that body. And also, man, make sure you guys purchase that food scale in my Amazon storefront link. So guys, keep subscribing to the page, keep showing love, make sure I hit that notification button. V, thanks for coming out.
No problem.
CP Nation, we out.